Boggins.
No, you can't come in. You come to the wrong house.
What? Has it been cancelled?
No one told us.
No, nothing's been cancelled.
That's a relief.
Your Bilbo Baggins seems to be very much the audience's representative in Middle-earth. It's this world of wonder and magic and strangeness, and you're having to react on our behalf. Is that how you saw the role?
It's how I see the character in the book. I have to, because he is the first person you meet in the book. So, I think in order to, not that I would say, I've always been at pains to say I'm not carrying this film. Pete carries a film quite well on his own, but that character is the main protagonist for the audience. So I think a bit of a steady hand on the tiller in a way.
It's nice, this place. Did you do it yourself?
Well, no, it's been in the family for years. That's my mother's glory box. Can you please not do that?
Keely, come on, give us a hand. Mr. Dwalin.
Let's shove this in the hallway, otherwise we'll never get everyone in.
Hey, everyone? How many more are there?
You two had the benefit of being the handsome dwarfs, relatively free of
facial
prostheses.
Yeah. Well, he's sort of the hot young dwarf. He's like the boy band dwarf. I'm sort of...
That's right, I had a small little...
snoot.
Silicone nose,
Yeah. I was an hour and a half in prosthetics, an hour in makeup.
I got to spend the time in bed.
Work, Scout! Which means an orc pack is not far behind.
How do you prepare to play an exiled dwarf king? It's not
a legendary warrior or a very important dwarf. Also, I think is my perfect role.
Mithrandir, why the halfling?
Why Bilbo Baggins? Perhaps it is because I'm afraid. And it gives me courage.
Tolkien really isn't that big on writing female characters, and The Hobbit is particularly short on them. Would that be fair?
Yes, it's true. She's only glancingly mentioned humans rather than the male-female thing. I don't think I realised how fully male it was. But he's a wonderful storyteller, and so he knew that there needed to be, as is Philippa Boyens, a wonderful scriptwriter, that there needed to be some female energy in there.
What is Baggins's precious? Like goblins is bats and fishes, but we hasn't tried horses before.
That dual personality that we evolved during the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and keep it, because it's not actually in The Hobbit. It's very much Gollum is sort of is the Gollum side of the murderous kind of visceral, the murderer side of him, in War and Legendarium of Gollum, and also it made it more interesting for Bilbo to come into a situation where he's not just faced with one psychopath but two.
We know safe paths for hobbitses. Safe paths in the dark. Shut up!
I didn't say anything.
I wasn't talking to you.
A lot of the early reviews have looked at the...
One of my favourite quotes was when Charlie Brooker said, from those reviews, he said, it sounds like the most expensive episode of Cash in the Attic ever. Which really made me laugh. But it's not, Charlie. It's not that. Yeah, I understand people's reticence, and I understand, because new is often scary, and new is, for all of us, we're a species that likes to be safe, understandably. At the time I was like, wow, this is not what I'm used to seeing, because it's not, But I think that's kind of more reason to sort of, well, theoretically, more reason to embrace it and admire him for it, but also, I've seen it 3 times, it doesn't diminish my enjoyment of it at all. I know, I loved it.
Home is now behind you.
Waiting for
feet.
No. Can you name all the dwars without consulting a reference
Fucking
source?
hell, the Guardian, Jesus.
Dwalin, Barlin, Filly, Killy.
Dorry, Norry, Dorry.
Billy, Sleepy, Snow, Dozy.
Oin, Gloin.
Thorin. Jesus.
Bumpy, Lumpy, and Wonky.
Biffa, Boffa, Bomber.
Congratulations.
Thank you.